Nothing in this recording is intended as investment advice, and the people in this recording may hold positions in the companies they talk about. Do not make any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Hello and welcome to Zak's Traders Cafe. Today I'm joined by Nick Tulloch, who is CEO at Mendell Helium. How are you today, Nick?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you, Zach. Nice to be on the call.
Right, so yesterday, apart from a new president of the United States, you actually revealed a very decent RNS, signing an exclusive farm-in. Maybe you can explain a bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the second biggest announcement coming out of the US yesterday was our farm in with Scout. So we operate in Southwest Kansas, and the biggest operator by a margin is Scout Energy. They're a Texas-based company. They've got about 1 million acres of land in Kansas. This is in the Hugoton, one of the best known and oldest gas fields in North America. Very prospective for natural gas, clearly, and also helium. And we've arranged or agreed a farming agreement with them. It's initially over, 7 townships is the US expression. I suppose that translates into a British expression of just over 160,000 acres. The only real restriction is we need to stay more than 1,500 feet away from their wells for fairly obvious reasons. Otherwise, we can pick and choose where we go. And maybe the best bit, or the bit that we're really excited about, is we get a right of first refusal and exclusivity over the balance of their land in Kansas. So clearly, there's a lot to go up to in 160,000 acres, but if we want to expand, that's on the table as well.
But it's, the headline, is and was that it's one of the largest natural gas fields in North America. For a company which has got a market cap of less than £2 million, surely that is already quite transformational.
I mean, this is a David and Goliath moment. I was asked yesterday, why are they dealing with us? Why would a big company like Scout work with us? We've fostered this relationship for quite some time. I've spent a lot of time in Dallas with the team at Scout. We've spent a lot of time in Kansas with them, and we've demonstrated that we're a capable and trustworthy partner. And I think they quite like the fact that we're public over in the UK. And Scout is a private equity-backed business. They probably quite like the fact we're British. We're a bit quirky in sort of Texan or North American speak. But you're right. This is an absolutely terrific opportunity, and nothing's without risk in geology, clearly. But this is very prospective land, and you'd be very, very unlucky to drill a dry hole in the Hugoton. I mean, the question is really how much do you produce, not will you produce. So these are going to be fairly shallow wells. They're about 3,000 foot or just over 3,000 foot, and we would expect production from everything we drill. The question is how much.
And I suppose the other point would be that given this is a giant killing deal, do you have the capacity, the ability, the team to actually deliver on what you're supposed to be doing?
Yeah, we do. I mean, like many businesses of our size, we would outsource really all of the drilling and a lot of the operations. I mean, we have a team on the ground in Kansas. The founder, obviously, Paul Mendell. We also have a COO in Kansas, and then a team around him. So in terms of managing the drilling, absolutely no issue whatsoever. Kansas is exactly as you picture in your head. It is completely flat, very easy countryside to work with. Probably stay out of the January and February months, given weather conditions. But other than that, we've already started the process of going out to tender for the drilling arrangements. There's, I think, 7 different drilling contractors we've been talking to, so we'll be getting pricing in, and the plan is to start as soon as is sensible. I say the weather conditions will probably dictate what we do in the winter months, but otherwise, absolutely, we're ready to go.
And although it might be a bit of a cliche in terms of what you might find and the upside and the benefit to your company, the sky's the limit.
Well, I mean, the sky pretty much is the limit. It's as I said, we've got 160 or just over 160,000 acres to work with just now. We estimate that conservatively that would give us around about 100 wells, probably up to around 200. Yeah, and that's factoring in staying away from Scout's wells as we have to within the term of the agreement. But it's really a factor of just the land mass. But then we can increase that. We could look to take further land from Scout, and I'm talking deep into the future here. But there is that opportunity to expand what we do. And the Hugoton has had literally thousands of wells drilled in it over the years. But people haven't really been prospecting for helium until probably the last 10 years. And it has proved a very good source of that particular element. I mean, Scout themselves are the second biggest producer of helium, and the Jayhawk processing plant, which is where we will tap into. So we get full access to Scout's infrastructure. Jayhawk produces about 4% of the world's helium every day. So we're in the right postcode.
You're in the right postcode in terms of where you are in Kansas, but you're also in the right postcode as far as the current gold rush with helium companies, if one can say that. In the last, this year we've had 3 new entrants. There was also already a very popular helium company on the market, which I won't name, which has a market cap considerably more than yours. But the punters are and retail investors are very keen on helium at the moment. Would you see yourself as the maybe sort of the young pretender to the throne that the existing companies have?
I think to an extent, yes, and we obviously every company thinks what they're doing is the right thing, but for us, what really stands out is we are already producing helium. We are taking out of the ground, we're selling it, we get a check at the end of the month for what we produce, and maybe the best bit is we are fully integrated into Scout Energy's infrastructure. They have a gathering system that stretches like a spider's web across the Hugoton in Kansas. It would be very unlikely that any well we drill would be more than sort of 1,000 or 2,000 feet away from that gathering system. So we connect to that, we put in a meter, and that's our production secured. So we look jealously at other people's market caps, but we also look at our business and say, well, we are producing helium. This is the game. The game is to find helium, it's to take it out of the ground and to sell it. And we've achieved all of that. And as we get more into the Scout farming, we'll do that a whole lot more. So we're pretty happy with how things are going, and hopefully a little bit more of the fairy dust that's around the helium sector will continue to rub off on us too.
And I presume one can say that it's ironic that the company that's actually producing the helium has the lowest market cap at the moment.
It's exactly the word we use. There is some irony that I think I can say confidently we today, this week, we will produce more helium than all the other helium companies in the UK put together, but our market cap is a fraction of theirs. Yeah, and we're one of the new kids on the block. We have to get out and prove ourselves, but as I say, we are taking helium out of the ground and we are selling it.
And so the news flow over the near term would be that you produced X or Y, and also you discovered more here or there, and that will be what investors or potential investors can expect.
It's exactly that. I mean, our strategy is very transparent. We're going to continue to expand our position in the Hugoton. The Scout farm and is one opportunity. Of course, we already have some of our existing wells. They're in production, or some of them are in production. Others will be brought online. Outside of the Hugoton, we have, I suppose, our flagship well is outside of the Hugoton. It's in a place called Fort Dodge, which is around about an hour's drive to the east. And that's the one that has 5.1% helium and a very high level of pressure as well. So that's the sort of the company maker well. And and as that comes online, we've got very high hopes for that. But the scale of the business will be in the Hugoton as depicted in the Scout farming that we announced yesterday.
Well, we look forward to all that. In the meantime, Nick Tulloch, CEO at Mendell Helium, thank you very much indeed.
Many thanks, Zach.
Thank you for listening. Remember to visit our website for more news and other podcasts at www.share-talk.com.